All right. Anything else on the operating? You wanted to bring up a discussion about legal.
I believe, in light of the saber rattling we are seeing from some disgruntled citizens, we should put a reserve in for legal fees. This is certainly my intention, if hit with suits, not to capitulate, but to defend. So I would suggest that we discuss the possibility of creating maybe a modest legal defense fund, maybe $200,000.
But you can say 200 million?
Is that a motion?
Not yet. Well, yeah, we'll discuss. Well,
I'll second your motion for discussion.
Okay, all right.
Well, and I talked to Kim Millender about the makeup of the attorney's office, because I think my experience has been here that there are often times when we need an attorney outside of the attorney's office. We can't expect them to know everything about everything.
Yeah.
And whether they could run the basic stuff that we need to do here with 2 attorneys, and she thought that we could. That would leave a position open if we don't fill it. That could be part of the money that we put into a fund to get specialized assistance that we might need.
No, wait a minute. How many county attorney's positions do we have? 4? 4. Okay, and 2 are open right now?
Yes, sir.
2 out of the 4?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
2 out of 4 are attorneys.
Well, the county attorney and one, and
Well,
one
who's the
assistant.
other one? Is that one ours that we pay for?
There are 4 that...
Or is that paid for by someone else?
There are
A
4
grant?
that the county pays for, 2 of which are open.
Okay.
There are 2 other attorneys that are paid for through DSS and other funding sources that work just for guardianship sorts of cases.
I gotta tell you, for a county this size, a 4-person county attorney's office to me is wholly inadequate. But 2 is really
Well, I think we
inadequate.
were thinking, I didn't know there were 4. I thought there were 3.
Ted, does the
So,
current
who's the
funding
other one?
cover 2 or 3 or 4? The
Terry's
current
gone.
funding
And
for
Kim's
legal
gone.
office, is that assuming 3 or 4
Right.
attorneys?
And Tim's left, and who's the
Assumes
4th?
4. So we have a little, so if we hired a 3rd,
I would say John.
He's the guy that does the district court work.
He does district court work, he also does
Yeah, we're on the sidewalk.
the PZA and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, then, what I'm trying to say is, one of those positions, I mean, we'll have to have a senior attorney, but that we do not replace. Instead, we put that money aside partly for funds for attorneys that have specific skills that we are going to need.
you're suggesting we only staff up to 3, we divert perhaps $100,000 to a reserve fund, and maybe augment it with another $100,000.
Just so you know, right now, we have $125,000 budgeted for outside counsel as part of the budget.
So then that would make up the other 100.
75 on top of that, is that, you were talking about 200,000.
Well, a question for Ted, is that 125 for other known needs that we will use doing, so that's just a reserve? Then I would amend my motion to only take it up 75,000, so we have a $200,000 legal defense reserve, since it was very clear we have a handful of individuals that seem intent on saber rattling, and
I bet they upped it when they heard we got elected.
I'll second.
And I would suggest we get it by only hiring 1 more attorney instead of 2.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I didn't see a minute.
well, that's a separate issue. It's a separate.
Okay.
Yeah. And
All
I
right.
believe I would
Well,
agree
we're
with
talking
that.
about this thing.
So we're at 75,000 more basically.
So we have a $200,000 legal reserve in the event we are forced into litigation because of a handful of disgruntled citizens. Okay.
Where are we getting that money?
It's I don't know.
So what is our balance?
We're good.
35,000 for good?
For the good?
Yes. And that... 30, almost 39.
That will be 35,000.
And we still haven't talked about positions
Well,
either.
what I would suggest is we take $500,000 of the savings for debt reduction, and if we have
40,000 out of this money we just did.
40,000 out of the money we just did, and that would, and actually, so what we would need, well,
Yeah,
40. That'd put us at 165,000. which is,
I don't know what you just said.
No, you wanted to go up 75, but we have 35.
oh, okay, all right, then we're good. Then we're good, that puts us there.
35,000 we haven't allocated yet, and 40,000 out of the 540 that we just used. For 75,000.
Perfect,
Does that work?
yep.
Okay.
Out of what 540?
From Commissioner Howard's motion to change the tax relief, to shave a 0.5% off the tax relief. We will still be cutting taxes approximately 2%, but not approximately 2.5% as it was before.
We ended up at 460 and 540. And you're saying not that 540, you do 40 to legal and leave 500 in debt.
Right,
So that you're changing your motion to that.
that's correct.
I thought your motion was to take that extra money and give it to the Board of Ed.
It was $1 million. It was 460 for the Board of Ed and 500 to debt reduction.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I was,
540.
let me just put, that's one of the reasons I supported that, because $500,000 of that will go to additional debt reduction.
Right.
And Commissioner Howard has made a commitment to continue to try to increase that by $1 million a year. $500,000 a year.
We're cumulative.
$500,000 a year every year towards additional debt reduction, which I think reflects good long-term fiscal conservative management.
No question.
And it's my goal to reduce debt, too.
All right, so first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Anything else on the operating?